The experiences I've been having lately, um, it made me think, wow, Lucifer fights the worst there is. And then it made me think, well, you could argue Jay Ara fights the worst, has fought the worst there is, and fights the worst there is because, you know, they all want to come into heaven and fuck with heaven, right? Um, the original 200 original angels, original first being, all these other beings in heaven that were actually low vibrational beings the whole time, um, which were actually, yeah, low vibrational beings the whole time. Um, uh, in many ways. Um, but still, what Lucifer deals with, no one else deals with anything like that. Um, uh, I mean, what he's dealing with now. Um, how did all that go down? Because you see, my father put Lucifer in storage. So while Lucifer's in storage, who's regulating hell? Hell just going awry? Hell is always awry. um, um, suppose my father must have gone in there. He must have gone in there quite a bit. Um, I know I go in there every life. When I'm not having lives, I go in there anyway, I think. So it's not just Lucifer down there. It's me and my father as well. And there's probably plenty of angels that go down there. Right down into the depths. I wonder who handles it, who can handle it, who can't. Because it makes me wonder. When I come down into the depths of myself, it makes me wonder what is down in the depths of hell. How disturbing is it? How torturous is it? How unimaginable is it? When I heard about the concept, everybody thinks. I would assume most people see the concept of hell in the same way. Unimaginable. Just how big can we make this suffering to give you an idea of how it looks? I picture that episode of The Simpsons where they're force feeding him loads of donuts. And it's just like, how does this, and subconsciously you'll see they're trying to represent hell. Um, we'll just do it with loads. We'll just use as many donuts as possible. Doesn't matter how many you use, it doesn't surmount to our idea of what hell is. So how deep, how dark is hell? And will I be able to remember? Fuck. Do I remember it enough to picture it? And I guess we all do, and that's why we have this subconscious belief about hell, because we've already been there, seen it, and we left. Not coming back here. And then we jump in a body, forget all about it, and then we don't even understand how we're falling back in. You know, not myself, unless it means going there to regulate hell. And we put ourselves in these bodies, and we're in this coolest state. We don't understand how we're falling back in. Why would we do that to ourselves? There must be a really important reason why we're in bodies. And the original first being only died 10 years ago, and he was running the show. So maybe the reason we're in bodies has something to do with him. And now you get an idea of why my father destroyed him, and why, and how essential it was, and how big of a change he made for all of us. How much suffering we don't experience now because of him. Just think of hell, and how horrible hell can be, and then you'll get an idea of what he has prevented us from experiencing, because that's where the original first being was taking us, whether he knew it or not. That's where he was taking us. He was taking us lower and lower, lower and lower. I'm glad he's gone, but it's important to remember who he really is, what he really represents, and what he, the reality of what he is.